The following is presented by the Pinellas County Extension.
Hi, I'm Teresa Bedurk, and welcome to your Florida Vegetable Garden. Today I'm going to talk about soils and composting, so let's get started. Most Florida soils are very sandy, lacking in nutrients important to plant growth and not very good at holding water. For many gardeners in Florida, this means planting in raised beds or containers filled with amended soil, or amending the native soil on site with organic matter like compost or animal manures. Organic matter improves the ability of the soil to hold water and nutrients. It also adds nutrients, attracts earthworms, and supports beneficial bacteria and other microbes in the soil. In fact, organic matter is broken down by fungi, bacteria, molds, and creatures like earthworms, sow bugs, and insect larvae. During this process, nutrients in the organic matter, like nitrogen, are gradually turned into materials that your plants can use. This decomposition process occurs best in soil that's moist, warm, well aerated, and at the right pH. A gardener can purchase compost made from plant or animal waste, but this can be expensive in large quantities, and you can make your own compost for free. Homemade compost is typically made of kitchen scraps and yard waste. Compost is made by piling up organic materials like these and allowing it to decompose long enough to yield a rich organic matter full of nutrients and capable of holding moisture in the soil. You can make your own compost or even often get composted yard waste from your municipality. To make your own compost, you need to build or purchase a compost bin. For more information on this, read our article, which can be found at the link shown on your screen. Your compost pile or bin should be located in an area protected from drying winds and that can be reached by a hose. A shady area to work in would be great for your own comfort. Your compost unit must be a minimum of 3 feet wide by 3 feet tall by 3 feet deep. Composting is all about supplying the microorganisms that do the decomposing with the essentials they need: food, water, and oxygen. It's important to maintain the right proportion of carbon and nitrogen for this activity. This means using the right proportion of brown materials and green materials. Brown materials include things like fallen leaves, twigs, shredded newspaper, cardboard, paper towels, and even coffee grounds. And those have carbon. Green materials include things like fruit and vegetable scraps, eggshells, farm animal manure from plant-eating animals only, grass clippings, and herbaceous plants. And those are our green materials. Do not compost oils, eggs, meats, bones, pet waste, or dairy products. Keep seed-laden weeds, diseased plants, and nematode-infested roots out of your compost pile. It's difficult for most home composting units to reach high enough temperatures to destroy these pests. So, to create the compost pile, simply layer roughly equal amounts of the green and brown materials in alternating 3 to 4 inch tiers, up to about 3 feet. Water each layer as you build. When you're done, the pile should be moist but not soggy. As these materials break down, the pile generates heat, and after about 4 to 7 days will begin to cool. You will need to turn it once a week to add air and mix the hotter inside compost with the cooler outside compost. This compost is ready to use when it's dark brown and crumbly, which may be in as little as 6 weeks if done correctly. A screen can be used to shake out larger pieces. These larger pieces can be thrown back in the pile to compost further. Use only finished compost in your garden, as unfinished compost can rob soils of nutrients as it continues to break down further. 1 to 3 inches of compost can be added and mixed to a depth of 4 to 6 inches, or simply used as mulch. This is a particularly good use of unfinished compost. Like all mulches, it will continue to break down and will need to be reapplied once or twice a year. Very finished compost with a fine texture can be used as a potting mix if blended with a material that improves drainage, such as coarse sand, perlite, or vermiculite. Florida gardeners typically have poor sandy soils to work with, and adding compost and other organic material will make your vegetable garden a success. Thank you for joining me today. This is Teresa Bedurk, and this is your Florida Vegetable Garden.
For more information on this and many more topics, visit www.pinellascountyextension.org.